guys, I'm Jasween. I work with New Times Group in Gurgaon office from past 4 years, and I've been in the industry now for about 25 years. I work with all the big global brands for many years now, and as a side hustle, I'm also a social media influencer, and I have over 150,000 followers across all the social media. And
Wow. Can we please know what is your designation? What are the major works that you handle at New Times?
So my designation at New Times is senior director. I joined 4 years ago as a director, and very quickly, within 1.5 years, I was promoted. And my job is pretty exciting. And in my job, we basically have to manage all our clients, which are mostly based out of America, and managing all the operations seamlessly for them in our country, starting from offering them designs, product development, and then also executing their orders smoothly, making sure that factories are completely compliant, and managing a team of 30 people, constantly thinking innovative ideas, how to make their life simple. I'm also quite pro when it comes to technology, huge advocate of technology and AI. So right now I'm working on a lot of areas where we are trying to take a lot of our internal manuals on an AI portal, and trying to see how we can be more tech enabled, and to ease out more systems more smoothly. And I feel that our industry is so complex. So the more we infuse technology in our day-to-day working, it'll become much more seamless and much more easier and a lot more effective, I would say. So that's what I do.
Thank you. So now here today, you're at TFI, and I want to know if this is your first time of your visit and how was your overall experience of it?
Yes, this is my first time visit. One of my colleagues, Mr. Suresh Balram, I really admire him. He recommended TFI to me last year. Unfortunately, I was traveling, so could not attend the TFI last year. But this is my first time. I'm very excited to be here. I've been already here for the past 6 hours, and can't get enough because there is so much amazing stuff. There's so much amazing suppliers, and there's so much innovation that I'm seeing right now. And I was also quite blown away with the kind of fabrics and the trims and all the different raw material that we're getting to see. And I also feel that TFI is a place which is highly curated. There are almost 256 suppliers, so it's not that you have to go and meet 5,000 suppliers in 1 or 2 days. I feel that it's much more curated, and all the suppliers that I've interacted so far seem to be highly passionate about what they do, and there is something unique that each one of them have to offer. So I feel that personally our business will be highly benefited for our just this 1 day visit, and I'm going to send my team also for next 2 days. So I would highly recommend, if across the industry, across the different industry, both retail as well as export, if you guys want to come in and experience this magical, setup which is there, and gain the best out of it.
Right. And now we are talking about sourcing. Our manufacturers would like to know, or the industry would like to know, what is your dimensions or what's your landscape of how are you looking at sourcing? What really attracts your eyes, or what really attracts New Times Group? Is it sustainability, or as you told, technology attracts you a lot? What is it that you're actually looking for?
So yes, you're right. Technology is something that I'm highly intrigued. What AI can do for us. I always say this, that it's not that AI will take your job. I feel that people who don't know AI, or the companies who are not AI enabled, will take your job or your work or your this thing. So I feel that every company today, and every individual should learn about AI and the possibilities, because there are endless possibilities. And it's not about losing a job. I feel it's about creating opportunities. Because see, there's going to be a lot of stress on cost, because we are dealing with tariff, and that tariff could be 20%, 30%, 40%, depending on which country, which part of the sourcing landscape that you are in. So there's going to be immense pressure on cost. Every brand will look for opportunity to reduce costing. So I feel technology in merchandising, technology in how do you make your merchandising flow easier and simpler, and then also in terms of, you know, when you go into production, how can you do a more tech savvy solution for your product development, for your production? How can you increase your efficiencies? So I feel that is what would be the game changer in the coming times.
So we are seeing the new generation coming up, and I think that they're more adaptable, or maybe I'm judgmental, but I see that technology is also getting adapted much more with the coming in generation. We would like to know what is your suggestions to give to the young generation in this industry or any industry on how to adapt into things.
See, one thing I would say that to all the youngsters that do listen to your heart, even if your parents are not really supportive of it, but do listen to your heart, because a lot of time your parents would say that, hey, become a banker, become an engineer, become this, become that. There's a lot of social pressure, but listen to your heart, and if your heart says that this is right for you, just go for it. When I was young, I hail from a small town, and in our family, which is a highly conservative family, the girls would usually get married at the age of 16 and 17. I was the only rebellious kid because my heart said that this is not my city. My heart said that get out of this city and do something big. And I was very clear that I wanted to get into fashion. I love fashion, clothing, and I just followed my dreams. So just live your dream each day, and don't take shortcuts. If you think that you want to take shortcuts and achieve your goal, that'll never happen. There is no profession out there which can get you success. You have to work very, very hard. And people also say that you have to work hard when you're young. No, I think that I am now almost 43. I'm not ashamed of sharing my age with you guys, but I feel that when you reach a certain position, you have to work even harder, because then you have responsibility both socially, for your team, for the corporate, for your family. There are a lot of other responsibility that gets added. So don't shy away from working hard. Chase your dream, listen to your heart, and just go for it.
How
Just
do
go for
you
it.
balance? You're a power lady taking care of such kind of a huge business side, and also you're also a travel influencer, lifestyle influencer, influencing so many things with such a high social media presence. How are you doing it?
So people say that I don't have time. I say I have a lot of time. So it's just a different, just switching your mind gears. I feel that gets you to where you want to be. So I always say that I have a lot of time, and trust me that my job is highly stressful. It's not one of the easiest industry, even though fashion seem highly glamorous. But working against tight deadlines and complexities in terms of managing different categories, factories, and so many different dimensions of the business, this industry makes it highly, highly stressful. But in that stressful moment also, I feel that how can I do something that I genuinely love? So I love this industry, but I love also being in front of the camera all the time. So very organically, I grew my social media, family. I call them family because I normally interact with a lot of people who follow my page, give them, if they have question, answer them proactively. So it's not like that it's a one-way stream. It's always very interactive. And I think that's what, if you believe in your mind that there is something that you want to chase, there's something that you want to build, you will always find time for it. You will always find ways to manage it. I also have a daughter, so it's not that I'm also married. So, I also have a family to take care of. And one thing on this platform I would definitely say is that no matter wherever you are, please don't forget to take care of your parents, because I think they need your support, especially when they're growing old. So do support your parents as well. So do take out time to make sure that no excuses to not call your mother, not call your father. Please make sure that you constantly touch with them.
My last question would be, thank you so much for that insight and such a meaningful message. But going back to the industry, my last question would be that now we are seeing the kind of competitive edge between smaller countries like Bangladesh and Sri Lanka doing much better than a country as huge as ours is India. What do you think is the difference here, and what is your take on our competitive edge with these countries?
So, firstly, I'll say that India overall has evolved a lot, especially in the textile sector. There is one thing particularly that I see in Bangladesh is the scalability. I think we need to build up our capacities more aggressively. We need to introduce more incubation centers in India where there's constant R&D on new raw material, there's constant R&D on different new categories. One of the categories that I feel India has an edge now, especially with all the tariff on China and other neighboring countries, is sweaters. So I like to see more and more categories being looked at. I would highly encourage to also if there are any new yarns, any new fabrics that in China and Korea and Taiwan are very strong, why can't Indian mills explore that? Like I said, Indian textile mills and factories in general have come a long, long way. But I do feel that if we have to really take our business to right now, India economy, the textile and apparel is only about 2%. If we have to really make it 5%, I think scalability in textile and we have to be technology enabled and constant innovation, product and category innovation is what we will get us to where Bangladesh is, because those guys are obviously really nailing it with their capacities and the speed that they have.
Thank you so much.